past, fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku, and well, Mirako. In the last part, Ryuko, she woke up from her coma. She found that she was unconscious for 2 months, and a lot of things were strange to her. She found it to be quite strange. In this amount of time, her friend Mirako, if you do want to put it, the airhead who was very loud, irresponsible, and burly, if you do want to use that word, she did change a little bit. Mirako went from being somewhat hard-headed to actually a bit more effeminate. She took on the responsibility of taking charge of her hero company. She talked to people. She changed. And there was the fact that it was all because of a guy that is around her. Now, it was quite odd to her. Ever since Deku came around, her friend's been acting weird. She knows that Mirako's never really had romantic interest before. And that's the thing that she's kind of worried about. This is the first time a guy's not been intimidated by her or feared to approach her. And she's just worried that her friend may have a bad experience with this guy and ruin future ones. So, she's just concerned. Along with that, she doesn't know this guy at all. He's a complete stranger to her. And the fact is, in this amount of time, they've grown closer. While she still knows nothing. She knows that she's in a predicament. Mirako would know this guy better than her. And she has no reason to cut into it. Because she still knows nothing. She only had one weird and bad interaction with this guy. And then there's the fact that she hurt him whenever she tried to protect him. That's even worse. This guy would have reasons to hate her. This guy would have reasons to do something. This guy would have reasons to actually seek revenge. And she just views him as a mad scientist. Now, with that being said, it's been 3 weeks since she woke up. And we actually do currently have Deku, who he's been actually scheduled for an interview with a few people, as he's currently on live television, sitting down with somebody as they do talk with him. And they're quite curious. The person actually going to hold up a microphone, ask him if he is Izuku, Bakugo. Yes, I am. And it is a pleasure to meet all of you. My, so formal. You really do seem quite strange. Anyways, a lot of people have been wondering about your particular inventions. You've been asked to participate in this interview. Is there any real reason? Well, there is actually. I understand my involvement with the Yaoyorozu Corporation, and that my face has been in the news before. For anyone who does believe that my face is familiar to them, there are many reasons. I am the inventor of a new generation of prosthetics, and so far we have the arm actually mastered. I'm sorry, prosthetics? Yes, is correct. You made prosthetic arms. How is that anything special? Well, I'm actually glad you were very blunt with that question. The reason why it is so special is because they're more than prosthetic arms. Hmm? How are they more? Well, that's just it. What can a prosthetic arm do that a normal human arm can't? Or even the reverse of that, actually. Hmm? Well, a prosthetic arm has many things. It's stronger, more durable, and it's, well, able to crush steel in certain circumstances. Isn't that correct? That is correct. However, I see that avenue, and I want to turn backwards to it. Hmm? There are many masterpieces throughout history. However, there is even the human body. In fact, there is also the human brain. I'm sorry? What do you mean by that? Well, to put it into perspective, the human brain is a very complex creation. It is actually one of nature's mysteries. It's, well, quite astonishing to me, even. I can't even give you many answers about it. It could be evolution, or it could just be chemicals. However, if our brain, let's just say one human brain was the size of a car, or even a city block, it would take more than a nuclear reactor just to try and power it. And that's if it ran through the entire cycle, all the energy it had at once. I'm sorry, what does that mean? With how small and compact our brains are, and the amount of electricity that does run through them through our entire lifetime, it is unique to say it's one of the most complex batteries for a body, or even in nature. Okay, but the prosthetics. Oh, sorry. I wish to make the prosthetics mimic human bodies. I'm sorry? Okay. I wish some of my prosthetics and their designs currently. We're actually working on it. People can feel what happens to that arm. Really? Yes. Now, Deku would continue to talk. As he does talk about certain technology he's made, the prosthetics being able to mimic flesh and blood, feeling pain, hot, cold, heat, and even just anything that happens, the idea that an artificial arm can get so close to human is somewhat frightening to them, but it's also so intriguing. And Deku just starts talking about many other things. As someone does actually ask about the incident at Deku's lab. Yes, I understand that one. I actually was predicting that question to come up about 3 minutes and 28 seconds ago. Really? That's very specific. It was, however, I do not wish to beat around the bush. I'm a very busy man. The incident that had occurred at my lab about 2 months ago, or 2 months and 3 weeks, 2 days ago, and actually 22 hours ago. That time frame is very specific. However, if I remember correctly, that is around the time of the break-in. I am not going to get very specific about it, because I do not wish to confuse everybody, nor do I wish to really go into very much detail. My lab was broken into. Many of my models and designs for technology, they were taken. And in fact, there were 4 different technologies of mine that were taken and stolen. However, they are very dangerous and they themselves are not really perfect. Perfect? Yes. I would rather not speak of them on TV. However, I know for a fact that they are very dangerous. And the involvement those devices will be used for are not their intended purposes. In fact, there are people currently trying to recover them. And if my devices are used in the way they were not intended, I do wish to recover them. In fact, we have put resources already into doing so. Recovery of stolen goods. Really? But these devices, they must be pretty important. Yes, actually. Many of them I wish to use to change the world, propel us the next 300 years into the future. Currently, humanity, we should have moon bases. However, we don't. Can you tell me why that is? Because of quirks in the developments. Actually, that is partially correct. The reason was because we stepped away from advancements. We stepped away from the future. We looked towards using what we currently did have and building from there, instead of making something new. Don't you find that to be redundant? Redundant? What do you mean? Well, I just mean in general. The fact that we did that, it doesn't seem so weird or strange to you. No, not exactly. Okay. You have to see it from my perspective. What have we done in the last 200 years? We've barely taken step forwards. We have, what is it? Holodisk and such, which allow us to basically view video. There's that, but not much else. I can only name at least 5 different other things that we can use, but even then, certain of those devices can only or even be equally achieved through ones that already do exist. They are not the next step. In fact, they're just obsolete. Really? Yes. And these devices, they are actually ones I did wish to use. Now, the interview would carry on, and eventually it is done. As Deku, he does leave and get back to work. Now, we do have later that night, where Deku, while he's in his lab, he is working and he does actually have a phone call. As his music was playing, it does pause and his phone does start to ring. Deku brings his hands up and pressing a button on his headphones. Hello? Hey. Oh. Hello, Rumi. What's up? Are you busy? A few of us were gonna get together from the office. Actually, I'm doing a bit of work. Oh, come on. Are you staying after hours again? I did plan to. Why exactly? I understand that you're busy. I understand that you work hard. But don't you think you need a day off? Not exactly or not necessarily. Why? I still think that you're too formal. I still think that you're just, well, a bit intimidated by me. Now, Deku, he actually does go to set down his notebook. As he does go to walk over and grab his phone. Pulling off his headphones, he does bring it up to his ear. Intimidated, you say? Yeah, I know. You got comfortable with me and then you didn't want to tease me no more. The same way like when we met. You seem to be a bit more of a coward now, don't you? Really? As I recall exactly, every time I talked to you nor did I flirt with you, you got flustered. You got lucky. Sure I did. In fact, the way I do see it as, you were the one intimidated by me, weren't you? You saw me in a certain way. And you saw me in a certain way. Oh, there it is. You try and act the same way I do. However, that's just it. You can't keep up with me. You're too slow, Bunny. Really? So how about you prove it? Now, we do have about an hour or two later, where Deku, he does arrive and walk into a place. As he does go to a room and slide open the door. As Mirako, Ryuko, and a few other people, they all do sit there. And they do see the weird guy who's currently standing there. As Mirako should jump up and gonna walk over. Her going to actually slam a hand on Deku's chest, talking about how this is the guy here. Wait, that's him? Yup. Didn't he just, isn't he? Yup. Oh, so okay, I'm just gonna sit down now. Deku, he does sit down, as he does actually order a drink and get recognized by the person who does give him the, well, glass. As he does look around the room and see exactly what's going on here. A karaoke bar? Seriously? I didn't expect that you wanted to meet up here. Hmm? Where else would we meet? A bar? Somewhere that's not this place? Have you ever been to one of these places, Mr. Bakugo? Izuku is fine, Ryuko. I have not. In fact, I'm not really much of a social person. However, a social drinker I am. Now, Deku, he does get to take a sip of his drink. As they do ask what he's drinking, and Deku, he does just say the name of a fancy drink. Let's just call it a Tootsie Roll. Now, I I think that's what a Tootsie Roll is. It's something mixed with orange juice. Anyways. Now, with that, Deku, he does take a drink of it. And everyone, they just stare at him. Some of them are drinking sake, some of them are drinking beer. And then there's this guy. And Deku, he does just start at least trying to get into the groove of everything that's going on. They're singing songs, playing games, and just trying to have fun. And Deku, he does feel somewhat out of place here. However, after a few drinks, he does actually start to loosen up a bit. And we actually, however, he does get basically dared to try and sing a song. As Deku, he does sing. And everyone, they're actually quite hysterical about it. Deku was trying to sing, but he started to slur the words a little bit, and then he started messing up the lyrics. However, two of the co-workers did actually jump up and grab Izuku by his shoulders, and start to at least try and sing along with him. All of them butchering the song very poorly, as they did go to sit down. Now, as it did happen, Deku did go actually bring up his glass and take the rest of his drink, as he does slam it down and actually let out a deep sigh. Oh, man. I can't remember the last time I had this much fun. Hmm? Really? Yeah, it's been a while. In fact, the last time I felt this relaxed. Man. When was it? I was a kid. Shit. Really? That far? Yeah. Ah, even then, I don't even get this close testing my inventions. By the way, what do you make, dude? We've heard about you. You're famous. I'm not famous at all. I just work with machines. You were on the news, and heroes are looking for technology you created. It's been rising in priority. Has it? I told them it was dangerous. Looks like they finally started believing me. Yeah, they did. What did you make anyways? That's not something I want to talk about. Really? From the reports we have, it's kind of iffy. We were told you made weapons? Now, the moment that actually does get said, you do actually have Deku. His kind eyes and smile, they do actually somewhat turn. Deku's face getting more serious, and him closing his mouth, as that nice smile does quickly disappear. And Deku does slowly turn his head. Don't refer to them as that. Hmm? Weapons? I said don't say that word. What? Now, Deku, he does stand up, and go to actually bring up his right hand and directly point it in the guy's face. If you call them weapons again, we're gonna have a problem. Now, everyone, they do look at Deku, as someone does bring up their hands trying to tell him to calm down. And then it's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal? You need to listen. I don't make weapons. I make technology, tools. They aren't supposed to be used like that. The machines that were taken from me, they were supposed to better the world, not help kill people. They weren't intended that way. They're just too capable. What do you mean? Nanites that are supposed to be able to clean up the world's trash, able to eat through solid bone and meat within seconds. A gun that can turn off gravity and basically reverse it was going to be used to move heavy things, ease the workloads of potential people, finding a way to shift gravity on something. It's unique. The potential is nearly limitless. A gun that can destroy stuff. That was my alternate solution to the nanites. Even then, the battery power it does have, too powerful. It's basically a death ray. And then there's the battery. It's too much energy. It's literally a nuclear device. If it was big enough. Hell. If you made one the size of a basketball, you can probably take out the entire city. Oh. That's a lot, yeah. And I invented all of it. Shit. Half the ideas locked up in my fucking head could destroy this city. Really, that sounds bad. Yeah. I try to write down the ones that could better people. In fact, anything can be dangerous if you use it improperly. I try to keep that in mind when making something. However, intentionally making a weapon, I don't want to do that. It's why I don't sign military contracts. And why I waited for a large company to look out for me. Now, Ryoko, she actually does see Deku say all this. He got so defensive. He was about to fight that guy. He saw that expression. She saw that expression on his face. That was blistering rage. That's kind of good, though. He doesn't want to make weapons. That's got to be something, right? Now, the night does continue on, as a lot of things do happen. And we will actually cut to the next morning, where Deku, he's currently lying in bed, and somebody else is there with him, as they do wake up and go to sit up, as they do actually go to rub their head. What happened? This isn't my room. Them actually turning to the right and seeing Deku. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. This isn't good. Now, Mirako, she does get out of the bed, as she does look around. Her finding a shirt and going to put it on, as she does try to think about what could have happened. She's trying to piece together memories of the night. And right now, this is very, very hard to do. Okay, just think. Her walking out of the bedroom and down the hallway. Into the kitchen, and she does get to grab a glass from the cupboard. Her just thinking as she does go to turn on the sink and get some water. Okay, this is pretty weird. Okay, at least it couldn't get anywhere. Her turning and seeing somebody sitting down at the table, as she just stand there with a cup of water and in one of Deku's shirts, staring at a woman with green hair who's currently sitting down. The woman, she doesn't say a word. Her just staring at this person sitting in front of her. As Mirako, she just stare at the woman and go to just try and turn back around. Fuck. Okay, this is bad. Wait, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's his mom. That is his mother. Oh Christ. This is the first time they're meeting, and this is how it is. Excuse me. Shit. Uh, you're... You're... Why are you here? Oh, her turning around. At least looking over her shoulder. Um, I... I'm... I stayed the night? Oh, I see. Now, Mirako does have a few things run through her mind. Ash has asked exactly if she happens to be Mirako. Hmm? Yes, I am. How exactly do you know me? My sons told me a bit about you before. However, I didn't expect you to be in my kitchen this early in the morning, or at all, in my apartment, wearing one of his shirts. There happens to be a really good explanation for this that I cannot give you. I don't think I would like to hear it. Now, Mirako, she just stand there, and Ko actually just saying one thing, that she needs to go wake up Izuku. Sure. Her turning and walking fast, as she just walk back into Deku's room and wake him up. Hmm? What is that? We have a bit of a problem. Now, Deku, he does go to sit up. Hmm? What did you do? Yeah, this problem could get a little bit worse if I told you something. Okay, what's wrong? Your mom's in the kitchen. Deku, he immediately does go from, okay, what happened, to, oh fuck. As he does just go to sit up. Now, Deku, after standing up, he does have to find some clothes. As, yeah, about 5 minutes do pass, Deku, he's currently sitting at the table. As he does have a cup of coffee, and he does see his mother sitting across from him and Mirako. As she just trying to ask them a few questions about what exactly is going on. Mom, this is Mirako, the pro hero I talked about on the phone last time we spoke. Yes, I'm aware of that, Izuku. You said you asked her to dinner, but why is this? You two wouldn't happen to be dating, would you? Yeah, we are. It's just, last night after work, I sort of went out with them and we had some drinks with some of our colleagues. Really? Yeah, Mom. Oh, that's... You don't usually do that, Izuku. Yeah, it's... Well, I'm trying to be a bit more social, you know? Ah, I see. Well, I'm not going to judge you or say anything about that because you are a full grown man. You've always been like that. However, Izuku, I do want to just make something clear with you. Hmm? Now, Mirako, she has got a sip of coffee. as Deku's mother does say the one phrase, Deku, yeah. He kinda expected but didn't want to hear. Always wear. And if you guys do know the rest of it, good on you. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing night. Catch you guys in the next part.